Going to be replacing the spark plugs on my 2020 Alfa Romeo Giulia. There's a stock number. You need 4 of them. This pack comes in 4. And then this is your spark plug gauge. And you're going to want to measure the tips of all of these to make sure they're within spec. And Alfa Romeo requires the tip to fall between 0.023 and 0.025. If they're within spec, you're good to go and install them. I just checked all of these, they're good to go. So now we're just gonna go jump into the engine bay and start installing them. And here are all the tools you're gonna need. So you need a 5/8 spark plug socket, a wrench. You need a teeny tiny flathead pry to take off the electrical connections, an extension, a 10 mil for the engine cover bolts, dielectric grease for the coil packs, your spark plugs, pry tool to take the covers off the 10 mil on the engine cover, a torque wrench because you have to torque the spark plugs down, and then vice grips just to remove one of the hose clamps that is covering one of the coil packs. And other than that, that's it. All you need to change your spark plugs. So using our pry tool, we're just going to pop these clips up and out so that we can get to our 2 10 mil bolts holding the engine cover on. Now with our engine cover removed, we can see 1, 2, 3, and 4 coil packs. Each one of these is going to be your spark plugs. You're just going to have to pull this plastic tab here. You're going to put the small flathead screwdriver in there. It's going to push this out and you'll be able to disconnect this cable. This is another 10 mil bolt. And then you just want to use that vice grip to pull this clamp away so you can actually access this coil pack, because it sits right on top of it. So it's really hard to just get this one out, and it's easy enough to just pull this hose. It's just the air hose that comes out from the turbo. So super easy to remove. You're not gonna have to worry about spilling any fluids or anything. It's just air in here, but it'll allow you access to the coil pack. And then the other 2, pretty simple. So to get these to disconnect, when they're attached here, you're gonna push down and pry here. So you can see that little white plastic clip comes away. And then to remove it from the coil pack, you're gonna wanna push down. You can see how it moves. Push down and wiggle side to side as you slowly pull back. Don't pull too hard, otherwise you'll break the harness, but just enough to where you can pull it up and out of the way. So once you get it loose, you should be able to literally hand loosen it all the way out. I also painter tape that up and out of the way. I know where it goes. You should be able to just loosen it right out. Or not. So once you get that nice and loose and out of there, you can feel free to inspect it. Just double check, see how damaged the tips are. And you can look down in there, see if there's any oil, stuff like that. But then, yeah, you can see this is good. But we're gonna replace it now, so we're gonna put the new one in right now. So all you're gonna do is seat that new spark plug into your 5/8 spark plug socket. You're then gonna put it back into the port, hand tighten it down, and then we're gonna torque it to spec, which is 14 foot-pound. So you guys can see we're at 14 foot-pounds. We're just gonna slowly tighten. Until you get that click. Then you're just gonna pull it all out. And you're gonna take your coil pack and we're gonna put that back in. But first we're gonna clean up this end here. put some new dielectric grease in there, and then put some dielectric grease right there to keep the terminal connections good and healthy. All right, now that you got all 4 redone, reseated, tightened down to spec, you're just gonna set each one of these clips back, push the clip down, push the clip down, push the clip down. All the clips should be seated properly and in place. And then you're just gonna reinstall the engine cover, and that's how you replace the spark plugs on your Alfa Romeo Giulia. Now with the engine cover reinstalled, you are good to go.